Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanelia and this is Uyam Beauty. Today we're going to be doing a one brand full face of Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place, if you don't already know, it's a black owned brand also owned by a woman. Their products are so good. They have such wonderful formulas and the prices are not very expensive either. So they're, it's a really affordable brand. I think the most expensive thing that I've gotten was the Wahala palette that was $32. Everything else is generally around $20 or less, which is really, really nice. And they always have sales. Everything that I picked up here today, I picked up during their Labor Day sale. I think everything was like 60 to 70% off or something like that. Some of the products I picked up are newer launches that came out recently within the last few months. And then some of them are older products that have been out for a while, but I have been wanting to give them a try. So I just went ahead and grabbed a whole lot of things to try out in this video. But let's go ahead and get started. The primer I'm using today is from AOA. This is the A+ No Pore Face Primer. Absolutely love this one. I'm going to be filming my hits and misses after I do this video, and you will definitely see this one in that video where I will talk more about it, but let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using a foundation stick. This is the I Am Magic foundation stick. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever used a foundation stick. If I have, it's not been since maybe my early 20s or high school, but here we are. We're going to go ahead and give this one a try. My main complaint that I will say before I even start this look and even put the formula on my face is the actual size of the amount of product you're getting. So this is what the tube looks like. This is a multi-stick, remember, so you're supposed to be able to use this as foundation, contour, and concealer. If it was just for contour and concealer, I can understand the amount of product, but when you look at it, this is literally right here is all you're getting. If you're going to use this like all the time, every day as your actual foundation, this is not going to last very long. So yeah, I do wish the packaging was a little bit bigger and you did get a little more product, but let's go ahead and put this on our face. Like I said, I don't think ever used a foundation stick. If I have, it's been a very long time. I don't know if my usual technique of using a sponge to blend it out is going to work. I may have to start with a brush and then blend with the sponge, but I'll start with the sponge and then just go from there. So let's start blending it out. I'm hoping that it's a pretty smooth formula. Looks like I got my stick a little bit too light. Looked a little more tan and a little more golden, so I might have to bronze up a little bit, but it is blending out pretty nicely. You guys know it hurts me and it pains me, but I do not like the I Am Magic liquid foundation. It just does not blend well and it does not work well on my skin. It blends cakey. It doesn't make a difference what I do to it. After a few hours, it just starts to break up around my chin area, anywhere that I'm starting to get oily. No matter what primer, setting spray powder I use, it doesn't seem to matter. It would always break up. So I'm hoping for better results from this one. Okay, it's blending out nicely. The coverage is nice, but as you can see, I got the shade a little bit too light. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more, and we'll go ahead and put a little bit under our eye since we're wanting to do concealer. I know I'm going to have to blend something else into this since it is just a little bit too light. I'm looking kind of ghostly on camera, but if it actually works pretty decently as a concealer, then I can use it for that. So even if it is a little bit too light on my actual skin tone, using it as a concealer, it'll still be worth it. I will say I do like the coverage. In person, it does look really nice. It would probably look better if I'd actually picked up the right shade and not so that I don't look like ghostly white on camera. I'm going to put a little bit more under my eyes, just right in that inner corner area where I like to get a little bit more coverage. It's not covering very well around my nose. Coverage under my eyes is okay, but it could definitely be better. I will say that I can use a sponge, so that's nice. I don't have to use a foundation brush. I'm going to take just a little bit of my Believe Beauty foundation here. This shade is in Hazelnut. As you can see, it's a little bit too dark. I bought this to mix with the Believe Beauty foundation that I originally bought because it was too light. When I mix the two together, it's a really good match. I'm going to try blending this in with the foundation stick. Hopefully it will work well. If not, then you may see me reshooting this video completely over again, but I'm hoping that that's not the case and I can just kind of warm everything up and blend it out without having to completely redo my face. Finished blending in the foundation. It looks a little bit better. It's not as ghostly. I went ahead and pulled out my Juvia's Place I Am Magic concealer and added a little bit of that underneath the eyes. This stick alone just wasn't covering very well. So right now, wrong shade aside, I'm not even sure what I think about this, so we'll come back to it. But let's go ahead and set. I have the Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder. I have it in Sahara. Got some in the lid. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this into my skin. Oh, it is melting like right in. It's not setting on the skin. It's going right in and blurring the pores. And it has like a slight yellow tone to it, so that kind of helps neutralize some of the redness, if you have any that you're wanting to be neutralized. I am liking the coverage and look of this powder. Very nice. I like to just press my powder right into my foundation. I feel, for me personally, it just blends out a lot better that way. I'm going to go ahead and take the bronzer out of my Ulta Black Widow bronzing palette just to see if I can warm this up a little bit. It's still looking a little ghostly, especially on camera. I don't know why. It's like in person, yes, it's a little bit light for my skin tone, but it's not looking nearly as ghosty and pale as I'm seeing in the viewfinder. It's like looking really, really ghostly on camera. All right, I think this is the best that we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll continue on with this look. Brows are finished. I use my AOA Slim Brow. This is from Shop Miss A. Absolutely love this formula. One of my absolute favorite brow formulas. Let's move on to blush and highlight. The blush that I'm using is the Afrique blush by Juvia's. They only have 2 shades currently of this particular one. I wish they would launch more shades. They do have their 6-pan palettes that have, the 6 different shades in them, but I love the individual powder blush formula. I have the other one, which is Serafina. Serafina is this rich corally shade that is just so beautiful on the skin. It's one of those shades that would really look nice on all skin tones. This one is Bella. Bella is more of a red toned blush. Absolutely loved the way this one looked. I thought this would be really pretty as like a fall autumn color, and I have been wanting to get both blushes, so I finally went ahead and grabbed this one. And like I said, I do hope that in the future they do launch more formulas like this. So let's go ahead and grab my brush so we can put this one on our face. I'm anticipating that this one is going to be pretty highly pigmented. The Serafina shade is definitely pigmented, so probably to go in here with a light hand and then just slowly blend everything in. But I am definitely loving that shade already. That's pretty. Definitely got a lot of pigment. I love that very rich red, kind of a brick red tone to it. Definitely appropriate for the fall. Although, there is no such thing as seasonal colors, but, there are just certain formulas and certain shades that we just tend to gravitate to more so during certain holidays. And during the fall, we tend to lean towards those warmer, spicier shades more so than we do in the spring and in the summertime. Now for the highlighter, this is the Tribe highlighter. This one is in volume 3. This one is kind of a warm, bronzy gold type of shade. I have one of the loose highlighters that I absolutely love. With that one, you have to go in with a very light hand because it's easy to pick up too much product, and it's beautiful, shiny, luminescent. But yeah, if you go a little bit too ham with that one, you'll get way too much product and you'll literally look like you're glowing halfway down the street in the dark. This shade looks like it's a little more subtle. I don't know, do I have enough product on my brush? It's definitely a gold bronzier highlighter. If you are deeper than me in skin tone, this shade's probably going to be a little bit too deep, but on skin tones that are around my skin tone and deeper, it should look really, really pretty on your skin tone. Like I said, this one is volume 2. So if you have more fair skin, like kind of fair to medium, you might want to get volume 1, which is this really nice kind of an icy gold shade. That one would probably be more suited to your skin, to your particular skin tone. But for somebody like me and deeper, oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Now we're going to move on to eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids right quick using my Juvia's Place concealer. It is my absolute favorite way to prime my lids. I do have some eyeshadow primers, but I prefer my Juvia's Place concealer. I don't know what it is. I just feel like it works the absolute best for me. I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes during the sale. I got the Sweet Pinks by Juvia's. This is their mini pink palette. This color story is absolutely gorgeous. This shimmer right here, oh my god, that really pretty kind of I don't know if you can see that duochrome kind of sparkliness to it. This is just an absolutely beautiful color store. But when I look at this one, this reminds me more of, the springtime. But I got it because it was on sale. And it came with one of their new lip gloss formulas. It was cheaper. It was only a few dollars more to get the bundle with the eyeshadow palette and the lip gloss than it was just to get the bundle by itself. So I went ahead and grabbed the lip glosses, even though I don't use lip gloss because I knew that my daughter loves lip glosses. So I just gave it to her. And it smells like cookies. Oh my God, it smells so good. I also got the Nomad by Juvia's Place. The berries one, this one is fairly new. This one has actually been out for a while, but this was like 60% off. So I got it for basically nothing. I absolutely love the beautiful grungy and mustardy greens and oranges in this palette. Oh my God. And it is absolutely positively perfect for this fall. I mean, this is such a beautiful aesthetic. I think I'm going to focus on the greens. So I think I'm going to do like this olivey green here. I'm going to take that deeper green on the outside corner. But let's go ahead and get started and we'll just see where we end up. One thing about the Juvia's eyeshadow palettes, they do not have shade names in there, but I'm about to dip into this little olive army military green there, and we are going to lay that above the crease and possibly going into the crease just a little bit. So right in here. We're going to lay that down, and then we're going to blend it out. What do you guys think? I have a couple of shades that are similar to this in my Raw Beauty Christie X Pure palette, but for the most part, I don't have any shades similar to these. They're like these really pretty grungy, military, mustardy greens and yellows that are in this palette, and I absolutely love it. I am living for it. I just feel like it's so perfect for this time of year. And I've been wanting to get this palette for a while. And then when I saw it, it was like 60% off. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. One thing about Juvia's Place, never buy anything full price. Unless it's like something that just came out, like it's brand spanking new. Everything on the Juvia's Place website eventually goes on sale. They are constantly having sales. And everything is usually between 30 to 70% off. So if you just wait a little while, if it's not something that you just immediately want to get like right away, right then and there, excuse me, you'll more than likely be able to get it on sale for like a really, really good price. I buy all my Juvia's Place products directly from their website because of the fact that they have so many good sales. I never buy their products from Ulta or anything like that. I always get it from their website because, like I said, they are always having amazing sales. Now I'm going to take this deeper, more brown toned green, and I'm going to lay that on the outer corner and blend just a little bit into my crease. I just want kind of a smokier look. Oh, that's pigment. That is pigment. Oh, Lord. And the shadows are blending really, really nicely. When it comes to Juvia's Place shadows, for me, it's like hit or miss. Most of the time, it's the deep purple that I have the hardest time with. I don't know what it is about the purples and the palettes, but they do not blend very well. Like they pack on, they look nice, but when you go to try to blend it, it just looks super patchy and it just does not blend well. Usually the other shades in the palettes, though, blend pretty decently, and the shimmer and shimmer metallic formula from Juvia's Place is really pretty too. But that is blending so nicely. I am absolutely loving this green, grungy, smoky look that is coming together here. This is pretty. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I am absolutely loving it. I want to pack a little bit more on the outer corner, just right there, going into the crease. Now, when you have hooded eyelids like I do, you want to take it just slightly above your crease and blend it so that way when your eyes are open, you can actually see the work that you've put together. I cannot count how many times I've done an eyeshadow look and you could not see anything. I opened my eyes and everything just kind of disappeared. I used to try to follow tutorials that I would see on YouTube, like if I was trying to do a Christmassy look or something, holiday themed or a particular kind of a smoky look, and I could never get my look to look the way that theirs did. And I figured out it's because I have hooded eyelids. I have smaller eyelid space. So you basically just have to learn to adjust what you're doing to your particular eye shape, and you can pretty much make any look work. I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more of this military green shade. I want to blend this edge up here. I am really liking these shadows, and I'm loving the tones in this palette. I am so glad that I picked it up. I'm going to take this grayish green toned up here, and I'm going to take my little Real Techniques crease brush here. I want to blend that a little bit into the crease just to kind of add a little bit more depth right directly into that crease area before I get ready to lay down my shimmer. That is so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this. I want to see what it looks like. Feels so smooth. You see that? That is such a really beautiful yellow. Do you think that's going to be too much? Well, if it is, oh well, we're going for it. It's not a metallic, it's a matte that happens to have a little bit of shimmer to it. So let's see how it looks. I'm going to blend that right in here. I'm going to pack it on more than I'm going to blend it since it is a yellow. And I do want that brightness as much as I can get. It's a beautiful shade. Very grungy, mustardy, but also very, very bright. And it's a decent amount of pigment. It's going on pretty opaque. It's not going on very patchy or anything. I think I'm going to take it above my crease just a little bit. So I'm going to pack it on just above where I'm laying it down originally. And then blending it out a little bit so that it's not just all sitting right here on that fold eyelid space there. I'm going to blend that out. I definitely want to take a little something under the eyelid, so I think I'm going to take the little olivey green here, and we're going to blend that directly under this lower lash line, right in here, just to add a little bit of smokiness. Then I'm going to take this middle shade, which is kind of a silvery bronze, if that makes any sense. I think it's actually the only metallic in the palette is this one in the middle. Ooh, that's actually very gold. Gorgeous. Wow, that is like a flashlight beaming. Wow. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Perversion liner here, and we're gonna do a wing. We might do a pretty good size wing on the outside, something a little bit more bold for the fall season, especially with Halloween right around the corner. It is September 27th, I think it is, that I'm filming this on Sunday. October 1st is, I believe, Thursday. Oh my God, you guys, we're almost at the home stretch. We only have a few more months till this year is over. It has been one heck of a year, just one thing after another. But we are at the home stretch. Just a few more months. 2021 will be here, and we can hopefully start to put this very rough, hard, I'm trying not to say the bad words of a year behind us and start looking forward to more positive and hopeful things. My eyeliner has kind of gotten a little bit away from me. I meant to end it here, and as you can see, it went way out here, but I'm going to take advantage of that, and I am just going to take it, connect it here, and just turn it into one big giant wing. All right. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw my liner and my lips. I do not have a lip product, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on this one. This is called Screamer. This is a matte lipstick from the Safiya Nygaard Colourpop collection. Irony is, I don't usually use blue lipsticks. You guys know I really love the matte liquid lipsticks, but the packaging on this, let me show you guys what it actually looks like. I don't know if you can see that really well, but there are these really pretty bats like all over the packaging, and then this beautiful kind of a silvery gunmetal, and this is metal. It's very, very nice packaging, and the shades in it were just so gorgeous. And let me see if you can see. There are bats also engraved on the lipstick itself. I don't normally get into liquid lipsticks, blue lipsticks, but the entire aesthetic of this collection, I just couldn't pass it up, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But like I said, I'm gonna go off camera and throw my lashes and my lips, and then we'll come back and we'll just do some little final thoughts. And we're back. Lashes, lips, everything is done. The lashes that I'm wearing today are, of course, from Tony. These are the Natural Light Wispy. This is the first time that I'm wearing these. Just very pretty wispy lashes. Not too big, not too small. I feel like I'm getting just the right amount of volume that I am wanting to get. I love how this particular lipstick shade looks. I feel like it goes really, really nicely with the grungy eyelets that we put together. But let's go ahead and talk about the products that we use today. First thing we have are the face products. I'm not sure what I think about the foundation stick. Now, first of all, my fault, I got it a little bit too light, but that being said, the formula itself is not one of my favorites. It did blend okay, but I felt like it didn't cover my nose very, very well. And even as a concealer under the eyes, I wasn't getting much coverage. I did have to use another concealer with it. It might work with my under eye corrector, so I'm going to play with it more as far as using it as a concealer, but I just don't see myself using it as a foundation. I prefer my liquid foundations over a stick, so pretty sure I won't be using it for that. I really did like the powder though. It went on very nice, very soft. It kind of blurred out some of my pores and some of my areas of my skin that I'm not too happy about. I did like the way that this one performs, so definitely a plus there. The highlighter and the blushes were also really, really good. I love the beautiful kind of a burnt orangey red that we have going on with the blush, and the highlighter, absolutely beautiful. Like I said, if you're my skin tone or deeper, it should work really well with your skin tone, but if you're lighter than that, I would suggest getting volume 1 and not volume 2, because that one is a lighter kind of a frosty champagne gold as opposed to a deeper bronzy gold like this one is. Then we have the eyeshadow palette. This is such a beautiful palette. The artwork on it is absolutely gorgeous. The color story, the formula, every single thing about this palette is absolutely beautiful. I definitely look forward to pulling this out more and putting together some more fall looks. The beautiful military olive grungy greens in here, this yellow here. I'm normally not a fan of like the satin matte formulas with the glitter in it, but this particular shadow formula was just so smooth, so pretty. It blended onto the eyelid so nicely, and I didn't have like glitter fallout all over my face. The glitter kind of blended away, which I absolutely like. But this entire aesthetic with this eyeshadow palette, absolutely beautiful. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit subscribe and join my little family if you're not already subscribed. And if you'd like to be notified of any videos that may be coming up in the future, just be sure to tap the notification down below. You'll be notified each and every time. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.